Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Business Over Coffee International. Today we're at the Ridgeway Business Center, and like to welcome everyone here that's with us today and everyone out in the virtual audience. So today is our second Thursday, which is our social media workshop. Our platform today that we're going to be going over a little later is the Business Over Coffee platform. We're going to start the first segment of this. We're going to do some review and go back and look at the platforms that we did previously, talk about them a little bit, get some interaction from the audience, hopefully get some interaction from Twitter and everything. So if you're out there in the virtual world, why don't you send us a hello and let us know that you're out there. We'll be watching for that from you. So today I want to let you know how to chat with us. So we're going to, on Twitter, at BOCoffee, use the hashtag BOCI and the hashtag networking. If you'll also check in here in the audience on Facebook and give a little shout out to Ridgeway Business Center. Now, we've got some really great people in the audience, but before we get started introducing some of those people, I'd like to tell you about our sponsors for today. So today our sponsors are Sarah Henley with Patty Cake Bakery. I'm Gina Davis. I'm one of the sponsors today, Custom Growth Group, and I'm in partnership with Send Out Cards. Our new sponsor for us is Marcella Harris with Melaleuca. This is a clean product, a clean living product, and a really great product. Rico Johnson is here today with Better Life, Better Coffee. Our other sponsors today are Susan David, Digital Oatmeal, Women Partners out of Nashville, Mike Esposito, Pinpoint Visibility, Nashville Nabo, and then Delmar Johnson of DelmarJohnson.com. All great businesses. Please check into them, check out our sponsors, and see what they can do for you. So today in the audience, I've already talked about Marcella and Rico, but we also have Dan Patterson in the audience. I'm going to send a wave out to him. Dan, remind me what your business is. Insurance. Are you with a particular insurance? Okay, awesome. So Dan Patterson, Mutual Omaha. He's actually a brand new professional member, so yay for that. Welcome to the group. Welcome. Then we've had a couple people walk in. Melinda with Plexus Slim. She is one of our sponsors. I did not know that she was coming today, so she didn't get on the board. And Patty Cake Bakery just walked in, so Miss Sarah Henley just walked in. And the other person out in the audience right now, we do got people constantly rolling in, but I'm fixing to get started, so I'm going to say something about this last person, and we're going to get started. So we got Y Woods Harris in the audience today, and she is an amazing woman, has some amazing things going on in her life, and is there any one thing that you want to give a shout out about right now?
I just want to remind people to go online and get the Survivor magazine. I was one of the 7 surviving stories in the magazine.
Oh, wow. So is it survivormagazine.com?
No, it's Divine Magazine.
Divine
Magazine, and it's a Survivor issue.
A Survivor issue.
You can just go online and you can read the whole magazine.
Okay.
But it has not only my story, but there are some amazing stories.
Marcella, would you make sure you get that information and let's get it up on the board, the magazine and everything? Okay. Again, that magazine was Divine Magazine. She is in their Survivor issue, Survivor of Cancer.
Megan Motley is the editor.
Lee?
Megan has spoken here.
Okay,
before.
awesome. So today is our 6th social media workshop. This is going to be our final one in this series. This is the beginning series. It's been a really excellent thing. I've learned a lot myself, and today I'm helping Sherry out, who is out with a migraine today. So y'all all send your love and your prayers out to Sherry. I know that that's have been sufferer of migraines myself. I know how that feels. So definitely send your love and wishes and get well wishes out to Miss Sherry. So I want to start out by going back and let's talk a little bit about some of the previous workshops, what was involved in those workshops, and what your homework was for those workshops. So we started this back in May, and in May our first workshop was Facebook for your business. These all are available in the archives, so if you want to check our archives, you actually can go to the event page and there are clickable links there that will take you to the actual videos, so you don't actually have to search for them. But definitely check the archive videos out. So when setting up Facebook, as business people, as small business people, it's important in this day and age to have that social media presence out there. And one of the things that we've tried to work with on in these workshops is bringing that continuation from one platform to the next platform and having it be the same. You know, you might be more active on Facebook, but the person that's looking for you might look for you on Google+. So that way, if all your information is on Google+, you can even say, hey, check me out over here. But just have it everywhere so that anywhere that somebody is looking for you in the social media world, they can find you. So in Facebook, we talked about what to do with your personal and your business page. So let me pull up mine really quick. And it's really important that several things were going on when it comes to your profiles that were going on in each of your profiles. You needed to have a professional picture, and I'm not talking about one your sister, your mama, your significant other took of you. Take the time, find someone that does professional photos, and have a professional photo done of for all of your social media platforms. On my screen, it looks funny. I look really wide on my screen. So here's my personal page. I did use and not only do you need to do your professional photo, you need to do a background. And here I've picked the Memphis background. I think this is an amazing picture. I found it somewhere online. I always, when I look for pictures, I make sure they're free to use. I try not to use anybody else's, and if I do end up finding a picture that's someone else's that I want to use, I try to ask them if it's okay to use it and tell them what the application is. I've only done that a couple of times. So one of the things that you can do is, this is just the first look somebody's going to take at you. It needs to look, even on your personal page, it needs to look somewhat professional. And you can fill in your about page. Scroll down here. With your pertinent information, what your work is, where all your work and your education is, your relationships. When somebody goes to your about page, they need to see something there. They need to see enough information there that they know that you're active. If your page doesn't have anything on it, well, if I go to a page and doesn't have anything on it, I move on. I'm figuring they're not going to be responding to me on this platform, so I move on. So you need to have all this stuff filled out and make sure that people have a way to get in touch with you. I include my contact information, the other places that they can contact me at, and I did go in and name my personal Facebook page. So instead of being a whole bunch of gobbledygook numbers and stuff, that makes it a lot easier for people to type in and find you. Facebook.com, Gina.davis.fb. And I added the FB on there because I thought, well, I wanted to differentiate it from other Gina Davises I have.
Gina, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You can change your name one time, is that correct, or can you change it multiple times?
On the personal page, I know on the business page, you're limited to one time. And I'm betting on the personal page you are. And I will talk about the business page and changing your address, changing your name, because I actually had to go through that. I don't know how many of y'all know, but my company did change names a year ago. It was Custom Cards by You, and I had created that page. I had started gathering names and people and stuff like that, and then my business went through a change, and I needed to change the name of my business. And so I had already set up my business page. I'll talk about this administration panel in just a minute. But I had already set up my business page and as Custom Cards by You. I already had all those names, and I had already made the change. I called it something besides Custom Growth Group. So I had already changed it the one time. So I had to figure out how to get it changed to Custom Growth Group. And I actually did a blog that talks about how to do that. So if you ever are in the position that if you cannot figure out how to change your Facebook business page that second, third, or fourth time, I have a blog. It tells you how to do it. You can find that out at customgrowthgroup.com. So here again, keeping it professional, I did use a different photo I had done of me for my business page, and I included a quote. Now you will have to be very sure that when you put things up in this area, there are some Facebook rules that if you're doing things like trying to sell in that area, they'll ban it. So try to make sure that what you're putting up there is something more ambiguous. If that makes any sense.
So like if you were saying you were a store or a company, then
you could probably could put your photo of your store up there, but you couldn't put up there, I've got a van for sale.
Oh, okay.
For sale 2 days only.
Yeah, you can't do stuff like that. It's got to be ambiguous. It's got to be, you're not selling, kind of thing. Okay, so again, we talked about the back part of your office. You've got to go in and make sure, again, people are going to be looking for you on this platform. They got to know about your business. What are you doing? And they have several categories here that you can fill out. So please, when you do this, take time and fill all these out. Again, a complete profile will bring you more than an incomplete profile. Now, we didn't really talk a lot about the administration side of your business page, and Facebook has made a lot of changes to their analytics. And I'm betting in the second part of the social media workshop that's going to go on in the new year, that I'm pretty sure she is going to be talking about that back end of your office, how to look at it, how to understand the analytics behind it, how to do promote your business on those pages. So please look for the social media workshops that will be coming up at the first of the year. They're because these are more advanced courses, there will be a fee attached to each of these courses. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot now, but just look for them in the first of the year.
So do you think there will be some remedial these 6 weeks, that there were so many things that I would have liked to have followed through on, but it was just in a stressful moment and I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So if you do remedial, there might be a charge to come back through.
I'm not exactly sure how she's going to do it, and she will be talking about this all at the December 5th thing. And I would just ask her, hey, I felt like I got a lot out of it, but I feel like I need to do it again, blah, 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 and just ask her what you can expect. That would be my recommendation. But I'm pretty sure this next workshop time period will be like the advanced version of this. And then she'll go back again probably in around June or July and do a beginner one again. That would be my guess. I don't actually know what she has planned. She didn't really talk that far in advance when we did the meeting on Friday. So this is the basics of a personal and business page. And as we move from platform to platform, we'll be talking a little bit about LinkedIn, Google, Pinterest, and Twitter. I even went so far as, because I have a presence on YouTube and Instagram, that I use them wisely. I took what I created at this first workshop and I just basically copied and pasted it to each of those other workshops. I mean, why reinvent yourself on each platform? But you want to stay the same on each platform. So basically take the information you created in this first platform and put it on any other social media platform that you use. And it's like I said, I use Instagram and I use YouTube. They were not part of this workshop, but I included them. I made sure that information was consistent across all of them, including photos and stuff like that too. Now, before we get away out of Facebook, our homework was 3 things. We were to join 3 groups, like business groups. And Business Over Coffee, I believe, is one. Let me go to the home page here.
I didn't see a public Business Over Coffee group.
I don't know, that's why I was looking, because I couldn't remember. No, Business Over Coffee is a page. So if you're looking on your home page, and if you scroll down here, you can see where the pages are, and of course, Business Over Coffee is a page. And I do post to Business Over Coffee. So if I post something on my page, more than likely I'm going to post it over on Business Over Coffee also. It's not a group, but you are supposed to make one of the homework assignments was making status updates. And your status updates should go to other places besides just your page. I mean, it doesn't have to be another business page. I could have posted it on Marcus's page, or I could have posted it over on Sarah's page. You know, someone that you think might be benefit from whatever you're doing, you know, share it with them. Ask them to share it to their people. So we're scrolling down here, and groups are right down here. And if you click on or hover over groups, where am I again? Yeah, and then click on the more right there. This will show you all the groups you currently have. Now sometimes over there they'll suggest groups. See it over there? Right here.
I mean, I cannot read it, but now you're pointing to it,
Yeah.
and I'll, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So they're suggesting groups over there. So if you know, you see I have a plethora of groups. Her group, Mauricia Sherman, that's a really great one to be part of. I believe she will be changing the name to that. Well, actually, she did change the name of that. That's her new group, her group. Let's see, another one. I've got a lot of resale stuff on because I'm in the middle of reselling stuff. Let's see, Sharing with Sherry. Now this is a group that Sherry started, and I try to post on that occasionally. Sharing with Sherry. Excuse me, I'll have to have a drink.
Women's News Bureau is one we got on from Sherry.
Yeah. So over here, we'll just go back up here and to the suggested group. If you have some suggested groups, they sound like something that you would like to do, you just click join the group. Now they may just let you come on in, or they may have a like a process where they have to approve you. Sometimes you can tell that, sometimes you don't. It kind of looks like they just automatically approved me on this one. No, I can't make any updates on it yet, so I'm assuming they have to approve me.
What is the third word? Christian women what?
Christian Women Entrepreneurs Online Community. Her name is J.L. Atterbury, so this is probably who's running this group. And then you can just go in, and usually they'll have rules of posting. You'd always need to read the rules before you just, don't just post in a group, read the rules before you post. Okay, so join 3 groups.
So is, Lois, I've got her LRD administration, is that a group or is that a page?
Okay, so when you're looking at this side of it, is she falling under?
She's up under business over coffee.
So
Yes,
that-
I
that's
had
okay.
my own question.
Yeah.
There's group.
Well, if it's below the group
No, it's on group.
sign, if it's below the group indication, it's just a group. If it's below the page, it's a page.
Okay.
So my custom growth group is a page. I don't actually have a group, but well, not for my business. I do have some groups, but my business is a page.
I have one question.
Sure.
Can you organize your groups like in
I
folders?
wish.
Okay. No.
I wish. It'd be nice. Okay, so we talked a little about posting updates, and one of the websites that she recommended, and I have ever since she recommended this, I have been using this almost exclusively to do my birthdays online. Now, being what I do, I love to send birthdays by the mail, so I usually end up sending the mail one also. But I like to acknowledge people for their birthdays, and this is this recommendly, it's recommend.ly is really a fantastic tool for sending out really cool birthday wishes to
Where are you
people.
getting that from?
Okay, the website is,
I'll go to a website
it's
now.
actually an app off of Facebook, but you should be able to put in www.recommend.ly. Just leave off the library and index thing up there. And it looks like they changed the look of this because it's different. And then I just simply go over here, now anybody that's on your Facebook and they have posted their birthday will show up here. And I really try to make sure I kind of have a little bit of a relationship with them before I send them something. So like this lady I know, and it's only going to post from your personal page. It's not going to post from your business page. You can't do that here. So you just click on add to the queue. But say I decided I didn't really like this picture. To me, that wasn't her. I knew she didn't like chocolate for some reason. So I can hit refresh till I find a picture that I like better. I like that picture. And then you just add it to the queue. And of course, you notice her birthday was on Monday, November 18th. So I'll hold it in a queue, and on Monday, November 18th, it'll post it. Are you lost?
Yeah. I mean, I got to the page, and I'm just trying to figure out, you go to photos to do that?
Hang on, let me go back to the beginning, because it just popped me right at Friend's birthday. So, I went to Friend's event, and then Friend's birthday, because they have changed this.
Because I mean, you like it as a favorite, right?
Yeah, but you gotta go to the app also. This is an app on Facebook.
So the app page.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So let me go back to the Facebook and see. Being that I've already liked it, it's gonna be hard for me, I think, to find it for you, but let me see if I can do that. So if you type in recommendly, come on, recommend, see, it popped up like that, and one of them said app page. Recommend.ly.
Okay.
And then when it did the little pop-up, this one says it's an app, that says the app page.
I wonder why it
That-
didn't come up on mine.
Then this one says app, this is the one you need to go to.
Okay. But when I put it in my Facebook, it doesn't come up at all.
Well, if you put the recommend in,
Yeah, I'm gonna start over.
and don't put the dot in it, just go
Okay.
recommend
There it
Lee
is
and see if
without-
that
okay,
pulls it
without
up.
the dot, that gets it. Okay.
Yeah, you wanna go the app, not the app page, okay?
Okay, so the app, okay.
So don't put the dot in it, just put
Okay.
recommend Lee and that'll take you to the app.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay,
Then over the blue bar it says go to the app, right?
hang on, I'm clicking on it. So it just automatically put me there. Now, if you haven't signed up for it, you may have to do a little sign in for it and all that kind of stuff. But here's what I really want to show you. This is what I like to use. So basically it pulls this information from Twitter feeds, other Facebooks and stuff like that. So if I click on quotes, I can go into the quote section of it that it's pulled from, and I can look for things that I think are appropriate for my personal and business page.
Can you say that again, please?
So it basically is pulling things from Twitter, Facebook, and stuff like that. So when I clicked on the quotes, when I clicked on the quotes, it'll pull up the page that has the quotes on them. These again are being pulled from Twitter, Facebook, and other places like that. So then I can look through here and I can look for what I think might be an appropriate one for my business. So these first three to me didn't work that. Okay, so here's a pretty good one for business. The greatest gift you can give to someone is your time. So to get it on my business page, if you look down here, you have a drop down. And in this drop down, I have all the pages or groups and pages that I manage are here. So I'm going to scroll down to my business page, which is Custom Growth Group. I can post it now, or I can add it to the queue. Now here's the beautiful thing about Recommendly. It looks at the statistics for when's the best time to post something to Facebook, and it automatically posts it for you. So let me do another one real quick and go to the queue. Again, they've changed it, so give me a minute. I got to figure out where the queue went to.
What do you mean when you say queue?
Let me find it and you'll see. What do they do with the queue? This must be over here. Okay. So, remember I did, well, I've obviously got somebody else's birthday that I had previously done up there. Actually, several someone's. And here's the one that I just did for the birthday. So if you look, it's got all these in the queue to post to my Facebook page and their Facebook page for the birthday. Now here are the two quotes that I posted. And if you look down here, it shows that it's going to post this one today at noon and this one today at 4 p.m. So it looks at what you're posting. It somewhat looks at what you're posting to plus where you're posting it and decides when to post it for you. So this makes it really great when you want to keep some activity going on your page. It'll help you do that. Okay. Any more questions before we move off of Facebook? So Sarah is not in here right now. I was wondering if we had any activity on Twitter and stuff.
I have a friend in Arkadelphia, Arkansas, who just retweeted shared my status update for it, that we are at Ridgeway Business Center doing social media actions.
Sweet.
Always changing to inspire others now.
Okay, I'll send a shout out to her. Let me pop up my feed here real quick and so I can see.
She did it on Facebook?
Is it on Facebook? Okay.
Yeah, she's on Facebook.
So, I use a smart little app called HootSuite, and that lets me look at all the different platforms of social media that I have in one little sweet little place.
What's it called?
HootSuite. HootSuite. And it lets me look at all the different apps, social media platforms. I can actually put in tag words like hashtag BOCI, and it'll allow me to keep up with who's retweeting whatever I'm tweeting, and then of course I also got it set up to kind of keep up with what's going on in Business Over Coffee, since this is a really active on me. So I got wise and joyful. We are at Ridgeway Business Center doing social media action, always changing to inspire others now. And she tweeted that to @Bill Coffee, and then she put the hashtag networking in. Now let's see, that's currently all we have. So everybody has,
Marisha had
everybody,
something on there.
everybody tweet something, please.
Marisha had something on to you. She said, I'm loving your, social media groove. Gina Davis.
She must be doing it on Gina Davis. I don't
Yeah.
got mine up.
Yeah,
That's the only thing about doing it on your phone. You have to jump back and forth between the pages, whereas I have it up on here, I can see all of them. So let's see. She said she mentioned me. Okay, I'm not gonna keep looking. We're gonna move on. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Okay, so the next month we did, Sarah, I need you to keep up with who is tweeting and tweeting what. We were trying to do it just then, and I wasn't doing it very successfully in doing this too.
What's going on? You want to see?
Look to see who's tweeting.
Via Coffee?
Yeah, Bill Coffee. Okay, so in June we did LinkedIn. And this is a really great one as a small business owner. It's a really great one to work on building your relationships. As we talked about, let me get over to my LinkedIn profile. As we talked about in, I'll get it out in a minute. As we talked about in, okay, I'm messing up here, guys. No, I can't talk and type at the same time, so bear with me. There we go. So as I was talking about in Facebook, you have to work on here also getting your information in your profile. And again, don't reinvent the wheel. You already got it done over on Facebook or wherever the first one you started with. Just copy that over into the profile on every platform instead of reinventing the wheel. And I actually started from my website and copied a lot of that information over into Facebook, and then what other information I didn't have, I went on and filled that out, and then by that time I had enough to put in all the other platforms. Okay, let's see, I need to go to my profile right there. So right here is where you go to your profile. And this is a little thing here on telling people what you think their skills and endorsement is. I'm not real happy with this, the way that works. I would rather somebody give me a testimonial than say I'm great at leadership skill. I would rather have the testimonial. To me, that holds more weight than saying click on leadership, click on money management or whatever. To me, the testimonial has more weight. So if you're really wanting to help somebody, do a testimonial before you click on those links. That's my advice. And there is a place in here on your profile, or you can go to anybody's profile that you know, that you admire, and you can do a testimonial for them. So it's somewhere down here. Let's see. I know because I got some on here. Yeah, let's call recommendations on here. And you see I've received 4 and given 7. And I think if you click on give, I think you would have to go to, I would have to go to like Marcella's platform to give her a testimonial. And I think if you were on my platform, there'll be somewhere it says. But you can also, in the inbox thing, ask for a testimonial from somebody. So Renee, I could send you, hey, I would love to have a testimonial. But obviously we don't really know each other, so that would be kind of silly. I'd be more likely to send one to Marcella or Beverly. Well, Beverly's already done it. Marcella, because we have a little bit more of a relationship. So that's kind of what you do is you look at people that you know, you like, you trust, and those are the people you give testimonials to. Okay, does anybody have any particular questions about the LinkedIn profile? I'm not the resident expert on LinkedIn.
Is there a, like when people, is there an etiquette in LinkedIn as far as them endorsing their skills? I mean,
That's what I was saying. I am not a big fan of the endorsing the skills thing because
Unless you know them very well.
Well, and I get tons of people that I don't know at all endorsing me for skills. I'm like, how do you know I know how to do that?
Well, it's become like not of value
It's
anymore.
not, you're right, it is not a value. So that's why I said I would much rather have a testimonial from somebody that has more weight. And I'm to the point now, I don't even do the skill thing on people because I constantly get people sending me, hey, I'm endorsing you for this, and I'm like going, I don't know you from Adam, why are you doing that?
The other thing was
because they see it on your profile that you
Mike
do
and
this.
Sherry said, we should be very careful about endorsing anybody that does not have a picture. Yeah, because that's the first thing. Don't just, if
Well,
somebody's got their name.
that's what I was saying from the beginning. It's like, if you want people to know that you're in business, that you're a legit person, you need to have all this information done. You need to have your pictures out there, you need to have professional pictures, you need to have your profile done, because otherwise, when I look at a profile that doesn't have any of that stuff done, I move on. So, okay, on LinkedIn, you need to continually do your status updates, and I probably on LinkedIn don't do as much as I do on Facebook. I generally LinkedIn is usually like a tag along for me because it's not one of my main social media platforms. I mean, I do try to keep it and do try to maintain it. And that's one of the things that you do have to kind of determine when you're doing social media platforms. There are jillion ones out there. You need to pick about 3 of them, the ones that you think work best for your business, and only do those 3. Now, don't get me wrong, even though LinkedIn is not one of my main profiles, or Google Plus is really, I think, a better example for me, I try to put a status update out there, every occasionally, just so that I'm showing a little activity. And there are ways that you can do that, like HootSuite, as I was talking about just a minute ago, actually lets you do multiple site updates. Now, let me put a disclaimer in there. For example, on Facebook, they look at where you posted your status update from, and if it came from a different website, they don't rate that as high in the putting it up on the home feed page as you actually on your Facebook page typing it in. So really think about what you're doing and what the particular item is that you're doing. Is it going to be okay for me to post across multiple websites? Is it something I'm okay with that, or is it something I really want to make sure people are seeing? And it would be better to go in and do that individual. So like for my blogs, on a couple occasions I've used HootSuite to put it out there because I just have not been available to do it when I wanted to do it. But I also notice I'm not getting as much interaction on those blogs versus the ones that I manually post to the website. But it is still a really great way to make sure you get something out to, especially those platforms you don't do a whole lot with. So, still looking for questions. Now, the other thing that she asked about, or said that you should look at, is belonging to 5 groups. And I know I belong to several groups here, and I am, like I said, LinkedIn is not my most active website. And so, where are my groups? Yeah, here they are. So, you can check on, like, I'm in BNI, and there is a BNI business group here. And just like you would do a status update in a group on Facebook, you can do your status update in here also. So this would be another place that you could put a status update. So like for my blogs, if I felt like for B&I it was really something that they could get a lot of use out, then I should come here and post that information about my blog here. Now, obviously you can do other things. I mean, if you're into, because I do try to post articles and stuff like other people's articles, other people's blogs, because I also want to promote other people also.
So
Yeah.
Gina, is the BOCI a group?
I
on
think
LinkedIn?
there is a BLCI
I
group.
don't have it on my.
Hang on, let me look back at my groups again and see. Thinking there was one, but it doesn't look like I belong to it.
Me either, that's why I was surprised that I don't have one.
Okay, let's do a search on that. So I'm gonna go into advanced search. Okay, this may not be where I need to go. So here we go. So down here,
there it is.
right here is where
Yeah.
groups are.
Okay, I found it.
Oh, this is saying you have to have a filter or premium to do that. So I'm just gonna do this, hang on, close that out. Now, it was asked at the last meeting about upgrading, and at that time, they did not recommend that you upgrade here. That could change in 6 months. So I'm gonna just type in business over coffee, and let's see, here is a business over coffee. There's also one that says Belfast on there, and I know that ain't us. That's not us. So I'm gonna click on this one because it has,
I have one with Sherry on it.
yeah, it says, you have a picture of Sherry on it?
Announcement from Business Over Coffee, and I just liked it. I may have
Ah.
never liked it.
So here's a power collaboration. This was actually done a month ago, so she's not real active in this. And I'm not, yeah, some other people are posting in here, so you can post to this one also. And you join the group right over here. Right
So
there.
where you going?
See it? Okay, let me go back again. So the join's right over here.
Okay. Now I'm on
If I see it?
there.
And I don't know why it makes you sign in every time you do anything here.
Mine's just locked up. I don't know what the deal is.
So I highly recommend if you're doing the homework to definitely sign, be part of the business work off.
I think we're gonna form that today.
1 point for everybody. But anyway, if you're not active in any groups, try every once in a while to pop out and post a status update in one. I definitely know that for me, I need to work on that because I don't do really well, especially on LinkedIn, putting a status out into a group. And you can only understand why you can only do so much in a day, which is why HootSuite is so amazing. It does it for me. Okay, so any other questions before we moved off LinkedIn? Do we have any comments or anything that we need to?
There's nothing on BOCI Twitter, but somebody favorited a photo that I took on my Twitter of you, and it was a Stream Bank Media.
Okay. Well, hey out there to Stream Bank Media. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so in July we did Google Plus. So I'm gonna close this one out. And so this is something that I know some people have trouble with. struggling to figure out how to get into Google Plus. So, most everybody has a Gmail account, right?
Yes.
Gmail? Gmail account? Okay. So this is how I get into my Google Plus. So I open my Gmail account, and then up here, right there, it's got a plus Gina. Everybody see that on there? The plus Beverly, plus Y, and you click on it, and it takes you to Google Plus. Now this platform is much like any of the other platforms. You can do just about any of the stuff that you do with the other platforms, post photos, links, video, and events. And I do want to make a comment when doing status updates. I have noticed when I post to a status update that if I include a photo, it gets more hits than the ones that don't have photos. So that's just a little tip. If you want to get more hits, put a photo in your status update. And again, I just go out to I just go to like the search engine, and I'll put baby pictures, images. Okay, let's do this one again. Cute baby images. and for example, if you just put cute baby, let's go back and do that. So it actually pulls up, you got images, videos, and if you're probably scrolling down, they'll probably have some like articles or something like that. So what I always do is if I want an image, then I just go up here and I click on images, or if this happens to be at the top, I'll click on that. And that'll bring up images. From there, you just have to kind of figure out by looking at the website whether it's available or not. It really doesn't tell you here if they're free images or not.
So do you need to click on the picture and go to the website?
So basically, I'll look at it and say, okay, I like this picture. It's hdwallpapers.in. I also use an app. I use Firefox, and I use an app that tells me whether it's a safe site or not. So this is called Web of Trust. So if you're on Firefox, it's a really great little add-on that you can do called Web of Trust. And so this one's saying this is safe. This one says I don't know. You have one that's not safe. Not safe or cautious would be yellow. Not safe would be red. Yeah, that little girl right there. See, it's red.
Which little girl?
The little girl way down there on the end there. So the little circle is red, so that's indicating that people have said that this is not a safe website. Yeah, I love this little app. There's several of them like that out there, so if you don't use Firefox, and because I'm not too really familiar with Internet Explorer or Chrome, but I'm sure they have something like that. So we're at an hour now. Okay. So we're going to talk just a few more minutes, and then we're going to get up and let everybody stretch, do a little networking. Let's finish out Google Plus real quick. So again, what I was saying is, photos, hands down, get me more stuff going on than just a status update. So definitely remember that when you're posting status updates. If you can go out there and find you a photo, you're likely to get more people commenting on it, liking it, that kind of stuff. It's very visual. We're visual people. We're a visual people. Now on Google Plus, like we talked in Facebook and LinkedIn and every other, you have your profile. You go in. You just copy everything over. To find your profile, over here where home is, just kind of click on there. Then you'll have your profile. And just like everything, I've got my picture in here, I've got a background, which I think I used one of their backgrounds. I didn't pull one of my pictures in. Now, I didn't really work on a business one on this one, because I just knew that if I did it, I was just going to be doing it through my personal one. So I didn't really work on a business one here. At some point, I probably will come back and do that, but I didn't really want to, you know,
Do you want business
well,
for everything? I mean, if you got it, if you're doing, you've got several, networks or platforms.
yeah.
So.
You don't
try
have to
Do
do.
you try to separate, I mean, you try to do different stuff?
No,
You
no,
just
no.
put it on.
It depends. It depends. Like Facebook, I separate, you know, obviously I wanted to separate that one out. LinkedIn is strictly business. Over here on Google Plus, I'm still really struggling with this platform of trying to figure it out because they don't really have a business profile that you can attach to your personal one, so I would actually have to set up a completely different profile for my business one, and I didn't think I really wanted to do that. Now we'll talk about, when we come back from the break, we'll talk about Pinterest, and now you're able to do both the personal and the business over there, but I made the decision just to keep it all under the personal, and because I could set up a board, I set up like 4 boards that were particularly business, and I deemed them as being business boards. But we'll get into that after the break. So, before we get out of Google Plus, it's same thing before. If you decide to do a personal or business profile, make sure everything is filled out. Don't leave anything blank. Get as much information in there of you as you can. Include any websites. Find people to follow, and try to occasionally, if you're not going to make this one of your active ones, try to occasionally get out there and do some status updates. Okay, so we're going to go to commercial break here. Our sponsors for our commercial break are Sarah Henley, Patty Cake Bakery, Gina Davis, Custom Growth Group, Marcella Harris, Melaleuca, Rico Johnson, Better Life, Better Coffee, Melinda Reed, Plexus Slim, Susan David, Digital Oatmeal, Women Partners in Nashville, Mike Esposito, Pinpoint Visibility, Nashville Nabo, Delmar Johnson, DelmarJohnson.com. Please check in with us on Facebook or on Twitter. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to have your questions. We're going to be out for a few minutes for right now, doing a little networking and give everybody time to stretch our legs, and we'll be back with you and talking about Pinterest, Twitter, and the BOC platform. Thank you, everybody.